Who's been placing repeated robocalls to Erie County voters? Some say a caller claims to be from the Mark Poloncarz campaign, but the Poloncarz campaign says it has nothing to do with it. Call for Action's Al Vaughters is investigating.
They could be robocalls from a computer gone haywire or a prankster. One thing is for sure, the number that shows up on caller ID is being tied to Mark Poloncarz's campaign for Erie County executive.
They might hear something, they might hear nothing, or they might hear a voice saying, "Do you know Mark Poloncarz?" If the person responds in the affirmative, the voice will say, "Well, then vote for him," and hang up abruptly.
The Poloncarz camp is looking into the phone number that shows up on caller ID as 250-7491. Anderson says it once belonged to a company that provides phone service over the internet, and it's clear that he doesn't believe Poloncarz's opponent, incumbent Chris Collins, is behind it.
Our primary goal right now is just to find out who's doing this, have an investigation get going, maybe by the DA or the Attorney General, and find out, let's get to the bottom of this.
But Collins' campaign spokesman, Stefan Mihailu, says Poloncarz is using the robocalls as smoke and mirrors to deflect the damage he could suffer from the ballot fraud case at the Board of Elections.
We have no idea where it's coming from, and it's just a really silly and bizarre thing to put out in the public domain, especially before we know that there is an impeding arrest in this case of ballot fraud at the Erie County Board of Elections.
It's really just reached a head within the past day, so while on the one hand we don't want to be accusatory, we certainly want to see that this matter is resolved in the most efficient and legal manner.
He won't answer media questions about what he knew about this ballot fraud and when did he know it. So therefore, we're seeing silly smoking mirrors about multiple phone calls to his supporters.
Now, that phone number has been also linked to robocalls involving a Democrat candidate in a Suffolk County special election. Tonight, we called the number and heard a brief recording saying the calls were regarding a political opinion poll. End of message. Al Vaughters for the 10 o'clock news.